What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Feed the Beast Revelations Let's Play series. So I'm just melting up some iron here. I wanted to get some improved tools here because these copper tools are okay, but they're not the best. In between episodes, it's literally only been a couple of hours. I've been on a recording streak while I'm on a recording streak and playing streak while on vacation. So I've been working on a couple of things, mostly just getting some resources from a cave, some smelting stuff done, of course. Got plenty of food cooked up as well. And at this point, I'm just kind of getting stuff ready to head down into a mine and probably start picking up some resources. Make a little mine shaft and get started with some stuff, because definitely, in my opinion, would be ideal to have quite a lot more resources going. By the end of the episode today, I'd love if we could get at least a pulverizer, which is odd for me to say. I'm not used to being able to get one so easily, but, I mean, it's a normal pack. Nothing's really been changed too heavily, so there's nothing particularly restraining me from just moving on with it like the normal recipes would have you. So, it definitely feels a little weird, but I guess it should be just fine. I mean, realistically, it's how the original mod developers had intended it to be played. I'm just not used to it. It's kind of interesting. I want to have about a stack of ladders in general. We can stuff those in the bag. Generally using this kind of as a general purpose bag right now, which is, in my opinion, one of the most useful things at this point in the game. What is this thing? Waystones, huh? That's pretty cool. How do you make one of these? Okay, so we need 4 ender pearls for that. That was pretty amazing. We have the resources for it. Why don't we make ourselves a sleeping bag from Comforts? Because it's nighttime and I have nothing better to do except sleep the night away. So I was on my way home, finally found some sheep and was shearing them, but I found this little place and I know what these are, so I'm relatively excited because there's usually lots of loot here. It looks like we're already doing really well off for gold. Ooh, even got a new pickaxe and some redstone. Actually, that might have bumped us up to the point where we don't need to go mining for a pulverizer. Even an upgraded sword. That's nifty. That sword seems very large. And I don't really need this thatch, but I wouldn't mind snagging these chests just to save the wood. And I can save myself a couple of inventory spaces by shifting some stuff over. We can do that and that. That gives us a load of pickaxes now. We have far too many pickaxes, honestly. But that's okay. So this playthrough, I'm actually specifically avoiding tinkers, because I just don't really see any point in it. I'm not opposed to it by any means. This is one of the first few playthroughs where if I don't have to do it, I'm just not. So that's kind of my logic behind it, is I don't have to do it, so I'm not. Normally I give myself a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I don't have anything that I really have to do, so why do it? Also curious if there's a spawner here. Yes, there is. Look at that. So we've been having a lot of luck with surface spawners lately. That's pretty bizarre. We got, oh, Frostwalker book, some bread. Eat the bread, may as well. Come on. Oh, we got a bucket. That's neat. Buckets are nice, I guess. We have a full backpack. And and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is all a lot of fun stuff. Alright, so now we have everything put away, and I think we can get started with our little mining expedition. So I'm gonna go ahead and handle that real quick, go get some resources, maybe get started with, because if we look at how much redstone we have, we don't actually have all that much. I'm wanting a pulverizer and a, probably, if we have them, I would probably do a furnace generator. Possibly one of the gadgetry ones, actually. I'd be curious about doing gadgetry instead, actually. How hard is an alloy furnace to make? We might make an alloy furnace. We might go the gadgetry route, if that would be a little more interesting. So I think we're actually pretty much at the point that we can do that now. And that gets us our alloy furnace. We'll just go and put it down here. So there's a few different things you can use the alloy furnace for. Grinder looks like it's just some of that steel that we were looking at earlier. Boom, there we go. So that gets us a grinder, but we don't have any power for it, so we're also going to need a solar panel. Might be better to just go with a furnace generator. So gadgetry looks like it's a neat mod for sure. We have a powered alloyer, which is just steel version. Okay, so it seems like we definitely have a reason to stick outside and kill creepers. So this is giving us some power. Excellent. What are our furnace options here for gadgetry? Okay, so that's also pretty straightforward. I'm glad we went this way to try out something new rather than doing what I usually do. Alright, so I have found a problem with the grinder. It is very picky. Wow. Okay then. Well, alright. Well, then we will just go mining and go with our usual pulverizer setup probably. Alright guys, so we are back. Did some decent amounts of mining. As you can see, we have a couple stacks of redstone now. Plenty of stuff as far as our metal resources go as well. So why don't we look into getting ourselves a pulverizer finally. Is that... Oh, okay. It wants a stone gear. It wants... Oh. Whoa. Wait, what? Stone gear? Oh. Oh. Alright, well. Quartz grindstone. Okay, that's interesting. So we need a carpenter. We need bronze of some sort. I'm beginning to discover the all the mechanics of this pack now. Okay, so we actually need to shift our focus quite a bit. We need to get impregnated sticks. So we can go ahead and I'll leave that smelting my iron up, but wow, yeah, so that is a pretty big difference. You can make the copper gear like normal, and that is probably because it's used in some of the forestry recipes, but as soon as you go to make a pulverizer, it looks like the pulverizer recipe is completely normal until you look at the tin gear, and the tin gear requires a stone gear, which is just stone around either a proven gear or a scented gear. So proven is obviously what we prefer. We'll want impregnated sticks, so we'll need a carpenter and a squeezer. So let's do that. No, go away. So we want carpenter or squeezer. So it looks like that's just bronze and more bronze. So we need 8, 16. We need, let's see, that's 22. And that's just tin. So we need a lot of tin is the problem that I'm finding now. So I did not get a lot of tin. That was actually like one of the few things that I didn't really get a lot of. So I guess I have to go get some more tin then. I'm going to leave a lot of this stuff here just in this crafting station. I don't normally do this, but I don't have a lot of options. So I'm going to grab some more tin. We can confirm what world generation it generally spawns at. So it seems like our highest chance is 39% at about Y level 25. So I'll make a strip over at 25, start getting some of that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So I have gotten pretty much everything I can picture that we're going to need for our tin project now. That's not where that belongs. So let's see if the bronze recipe has been made ridiculously difficult by any means. No, okay, so we can still craft bronze just like normal. We just need to do a lot of this crafting. So we'll grab, how much did I say I needed? I said I would need 6, and then 16, so 22, which means we'll need 6 of these, and 18 of these. I guess I'll just remove that since I don't need it to start charging the grinder. Not something we really need again. And we can put a few of these things away. I can actually smelt the beryllium, but I'm not going to yet. Oh, and look, we can make our sulfur into gunpowder. That's actually very useful. Oh, EFLN too. Kind of like that recipe a lot. So I actually already had a little bit of bronze left over, fortunately. So we might not need quite as much as I thought we would, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and make it anyways. So we can do these two to get bronze, and this will get us our sturdy casing, and then we need, this is for the carpenter, we'll need 2 pieces of glass. Squeezer will also need some glass, so let me just grab both of these. And we'll do, hello? Did I miss something? I seem to be either lagging or I have somehow crashed my game. Alright guys, so I've been doing some work here. We've gotten ourselves a powered alloyer and a few other little things here and there. We ran out of power though, but that's okay because I just got done making some solar panels here from Gadgetry. These solar panels use silicone, which is just glass in the alloyer, and turns into silicone, and then we just had some of the red metal from that mod as well. I have prepared us a little area here for a mini solar flower. Nothing too advanced, but definitely plenty good enough for what we're going to want for now. These aren't exactly the best, but they're pretty good for what we want. So yeah, now just a word of warning, I'm going to throw this out here, just in case anyone happens to have a problem with it. I doubt they will. I actually had about 3 crashes that happened on my setup here just as a result of using nested crafting stations. So I had 2 crafting stations next to each other, and I was using JEI to autocomplete, and that kept on crashing my game. I wouldn't mind getting a more sustainable food source, and I think what we should do is try to get a little bit of a farm going. So one mod that I do plan on using more than I normally do is rustic. So I don't usually use rustic, but I don't have any reason not to. I just don't. It's not that I don't like it. I think it's a cool mod, and I always keep it installed on the server lately. I forget to use it, honestly, is part of the problem. Is like I look at it and it's cool, and it's got a few features that I use a lot, like the building materials are really neat, and I love the candles, but I never get into the alchemy. I don't really know if it's... I've never really gotten into Minecraft's vanilla alchemy, so I'm not sure if that's just part of it, as I've never really been into the alchemy of this game, or what. So let me know if you guys think I should really get further into it, or how far into it I should get. I know that there's not, like, a ton of stuff to do in it, but of course there is some. So we can go ahead and grab ourselves a hoe real quick. We'll just do... nope. And... that. Okay, not sure why there's extra recipes for that. Whatever. We'll grab ourselves that, and... how are we doing on bone meal over here? Doing just fine. We'll just put our water source here in the center. And start planting things in sort of a crisscross. That way we get maximum efficiency. So what we wanted to do, crispy rice at Pam's crispy rice. Puff cereal or puff bar? What's better? Cereal, bar. Definitely the bar. Because it requires the marshmallows. And the marshmallows are just... So we need to start automating egg and honey, but we can do water. And the egg part is really easy. So we might make a hopper-based egg catcher here in a little bit. Maybe real quick before the end of this episode even. So, let me go run out here and grab some chicken eggs and see what we can do. I'll be back once I have acquired some of the eggs. Alright, so we have a ton of chickens over here in this little field. So I've grabbed about 8 eggs. I'm thinking that if this doesn't end up working out and we don't get enough eggs from this, or rather don't get enough chickens to lay eggs from this, then what we might do... Oh, we did get 2, 3... 3 is probably enough, but I was thinking I might go ahead and do it anyways. Grab a golden lasso. No, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be just fine, honestly. So, we have that part handled. Now all we need to do is figure out how we're going to automate sugarcane. So, fortunately, that's not that terribly difficult either. What we can do is, I believe Gadgetry has a block breaker. It has a super breaker even, but that's not what I want. Breaker. The simple block breaker uses an iron pickaxe. Oh good, we have a couple of those. A bit of iron, some steel. Okay, that is where we run into a problem almost instantly. We have 0 steel on our person, nor can we make any more, because I don't have any gunpowder. So we can make steel in the... Let's see. Are you going to show me the gadgetry steel? There's too many steels. Here we go. So we need 2 gunpowder, which I think I've mentioned this already. And looking through all the stuff here that's required from the various gunpowder dropping mobs, we don't have any of those things. So I guess we're just going to have to wait it out until night and fight a couple of mobs. I might go ahead, since I have a decent amount of stuff, probably copper, make some copper armor, I'm thinking. Well, that was bound to happen. And we'll just grab those, and we can just toss all this together in our powered alloyer and get everything else that we need. So we'll need 2 more redstone and 3 iron. I bet you money that's... Oh, it's actually a creeper. I'm happy to see a creeper, honestly. So we can get ourselves a block breaker. I don't know how these work. Again, I think it's another one of those situations where we can hit it with a wrench, which I made at one point. I think it should be in here. Yeah, we can keep that in the bag, actually. But I think it should be one of those things where you hit it with a wrench, put a drawer on it, and call it a day. We'll see. And so we can put those up. Alright, so let's get started with the last part then, and see how are our chickens doing here. Still little babies. Okay. No problem. So we can come over here, and at some point... Yeah, there they are. We have our sugarcane. We'll grab one of these, and we'll have our bucket of water here. And what we can do is as simple as the last setup. And maybe even same place on the other side, so it's 1, 2, and then the drawer. So we can do, okay, so the block breaker, I think, oh man, I don't know. Yeah, so I think this is the side that it ends up breaking. So then what we will want is for our... No, other way. Is it the other way? Is there a way to rotate these? Yes, so it's this way that we want. And it seems like auto output automatically worked, so that's nice. Of course, that's not the block we want there, but we can fix that really easily. So I just want to have a water source block right here, and put down our sugarcane there, and now, whenever that grows, we should get back from it a piece of sugarcane. It'll grow, and it'll pop back into the drawer. So I think that calls it for an episode. We have 2 of our 3 ingredients automated to make ourselves some of the Rice Krispie whatever junk crispy rice puff bar. It's basically a Rice Krispie treat. So we just need rice, marshmallows, water's automatable, a pot is really easy to craft. So all of this stuff is really set and ready to go. So I'm looking forward to getting it all done, getting ourselves our first couple of Rice Krispie or crispy rice puff bars, and getting some real food going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.